Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Wednesday, June 30th, 2021. We are in the final hour of the trading day, and we are in the final day of the trading month of June. So tomorrow's July 1st. So as I always mention, my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions on a daily basis, that is at the end of the day, during the last hour, and in particular in the last few minutes, because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithm. I consider the large financial institutions to be the smartest money on the street. The closing levels where they move the price to, I think, are the most valid prices to make your buying and selling decisions. And I believe in the long run, making your trades at the end of the day provides a long-term edge in your trading. So thank you all for coming today. I always appreciate you spending the time to be here, invest your time, watch the podcast. I hope by watching the podcast, it is helping you with your trading and your investing. So today, the Dow Jones is up 183 points, up 0.54%. So nice move in the Dow Jones today. The NASDAQ, however, is red. It's one of those divergence days where one of the indexes is being favored over the other, and today it's the large cap industrials that are being favored, and the NASDAQ red today, down 18.29%. S&P, however, is up 2.65, up 0.06%, so kind of unchanged on the day. So here is the plan. As always, first of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions. We're going to talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I'm going to manage them moving forward. I did have two nice day trades today on Southwest Airlines and Apple. I will share those with you. After that, we're going to go over to the board and we're going to see how my students' positions are doing over there. I see a lot of green, and some really nice percentage-wise moves as well. So we'll go through those, take a look one by one. After that, we're going to talk about trader psychology, my favorite part of the show, because it is the most important skill that you will ever learn in trading. So we'll spend a few minutes there. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. I have three requirements before I look to enter any new trade. First, I want to make sure I have a confluence or a combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Second, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1, based upon my strong support below me for my stop, and then my reward needs to be at least 2 times that to the upside based upon strong and likely resistance. I think that's the best way for me to explain it. So if I'm risking $1,000 on a trade, I need to be able to make more, 2,000 or more to the upside to make the math, the profitable trading math, work. And then lastly, make sure, regardless of what kind of trades you have, whatever the system is or whatever the strategy is, please always remember to have a complete trading plan. And what I mean by that is adjust your position size for the current volatility of the market. Know what your maximum allowed loss is. Know where your emergency stop is. Know where your end of day stop is. Know where your intraday profit targets are. Know where significant overhead resistance levels are, and know how to trail your position so that if you do have a nice profitable trade, that you have some mechanisms in place so that you don't give back all of the profits, right? Very, very important. So using those 3 criteria, I will go down, or I will go through my end of day candidates. I'll look at each one, try to narrow it down, look at the different time frames, look at the risk to reward ratios. And if I find something at the end of the day that looks good and qualifies, I will go ahead and purchase it before the market closes. After the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer. If you have any stock symbols that you would like me to look at prior to the close, if you'd like to get my opinion on them, put them in the live stream, put an emoji or an asterisk by it, and I will do my very best to get to it before the close of the market. All right, so I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer now, and I'll see you in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who is here today. Michael Martin is here. How you doing, Michael? Good to see you. Michael is a current student of mine. Imagine you're out there driving today. I hope you're driving safe. Michael says, take a look at ALGT for a deep dip buy. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, so earlier this was back above the 200. Currently it has fallen below the 200, so this would not qualify as a deep dip buy right at the moment. One thing, I did look at this earlier. There's 100,000 shares traded, Michael, which is a little on the low side for me. I would prefer at the absolute minimum 250,000 shares traded, actually, but I'd feel better about like 500,000 shares traded, but it's kind of a moot point at this point. Because it is under the 200-day. I mean, it certainly could close above the 200-day, which would make it a valid signal. But for me, I wouldn't take that just because of the low volume. Paxton is here. Good to see you, Packy. Michael is here. Good to see you, Lova. Kamal, hey, buddy. Good to see you. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel, Kamal. I really mean that. You know I do, and you know I appreciate you, and everyone else in this live stream appreciates you as well. Jonathan is here. Evening, Greg and group. Hello, Jonathan. Nice to see you. Hope you are having a nice evening. In Ireland, Ava is here. Hi, Greg and group. Hello, Ava. Nice to see you, my friend. Looking forward to our Skype call tonight. Tracy Peterson says, hello all. Nice to see you, Tracy. Hope you're having a good day. Sam is here. Hello, Greg and everyone. Hello, Sam. Nice to see you. Hey, my friend Vinny's here. Vinny, how you doing? Vinny says, hello, everyone. Hello, right back, Vinny. Nice to see you. David is here. Nice to see you, Mr. David. Hope you're doing well. Hope the family's well. Hope your shoulder's doing well. All right. Well, let's take a little look, see what's going on with positions. Goldman Sachs. Steve Burns, Gary, Jonathan, and I did buy Goldman Sachs 3 days ago on June 28th at 368.79 using the 1030 EMA crossover. 2 days of nice up movement today. Did hit one profit target today at 376.42. Very close to the second profit target up here. Have not reached 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, so I'm not in trailing stop mode as of yet. This particular trade up 2.63%. Not too bad in 2 days. Blink. Tracy Paxton and I did buy Blink with this return to value sideways motion V2. Bought this here at 39.91. Had 2 strong days of upwards movement. Of course, I always take profits on the way up as it moves up. I did take half of my position off here with the rejection of this previous high. Went up the next day, took some more profits. It is at trailing stop level, so I'm looking for a close below the previous day's low. Today, it is closing below the previous day's low, but it's also closing below the 5-day EMA. It was already at the 65 RSI. So if I ever get to a 65 RSI and then it closes below the 5 EMA, I get out of the entire position. So I will be exiting this position today. Pretty nice trade here, 3.67%. Overnight SPY trade. I do buy the overnight SPY trade every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I sell it first thing the next morning. Been a nice, beautiful little run up here. Did have a small loss on it today. I bought yesterday at the close at 427.70. Sold this morning at 427.18 for a slight loss. I will buy this again today at the close. Hold it overnight. Sell it first thing tomorrow morning. XLU, well, this started out as a really nice trade with Tracy Paxton and I. We bought this deep dip buy off of the 200-day moving average, moved up beautifully. Glad that we took some profits on the way up while they were there. Hit 1.5 ATR trailing stop. Yesterday, we closed below the previous day's low. That was my signal to get out of half, but it did hold the end of day stop of the 200. So I did hang on to half. Today it looks very likely that we're going to close under the 200-day moving average, so I will have to go and lock in this loss on this trade because it's closing below my end of day stop. Twitter has been a monster of all monsters, and I mean in a good way. Gary and I bought Twitter all the way back here on January, February, March. Yeah, May 17th. Will the close over the 200-day moving average. Bought it at 52.58. It's currently 68.96. Moved up nicely, held the 200-day moving average, got to 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, had a close below the previous day's low. After reaching the trailing stop level, sold half, kept the other half, moved up. On this day, we rejected the 70 RSI. I sold another half of half of whatever I had left. And glad I kept a little because we are up. We've had another significant move up. We are starting to go sideways. No profit targets yet today. My rules for getting out this trade will be if we get a close below the previous day's low or a close below the 5 EMA. But this particular trade up a lot. 23.82% from entry to current price. Another nice trade was Chipotle Mexican Grill. David and I bought this with an intraday rejection of the 250-day moving average right over here. Plus it was a V1, 1343.05, moved 1.5 ATRs. Then we had a close below the previous day's low. I sold half, kept the other half, and this just run up like a monster. Currently a 77.14 RSI. If we got a close below the previous, if we had a rejection of the 70, I would get out of half. If we had a close below the previous day's low, I would get out of half. If it all happened on the same day, I'd get out of all of it. If we closed below the 5 EMA, I would get out of all of it. But anyway, this particular trade from entry to current price up 13.62%. Lastly, apps. Lilia, Gary, and I did buy apps with this return to value, sideways motion. V2, bought this here at 71.63. Next day moved up. I sold half here. It rejected the 100-day moving average, but I did keep the other half. It went up, 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 up. We are definitely past 1.5 ATR trailing stop level. I got out of half yesterday with a close below the previous day's low, so I locked in half profits here at about 77.83. And today looks like we're closing below the 5 EMA after being at 65. So that means I go ahead and exit the entire trade. But this has been a really nice trade. Was higher, but currently it's still a 6.27% trade. Let me take you over to today's the end of the month, so let me show you the monthly trades that we have going on. I only do this once a month, but I did buy Boeing higher low V1 plus a 520 crossover. Bought it at 246.63. It's currently 240.33. So this particular trade on the monthly currently down 2.31%, but UNG is a monster. Paxton and Tracy and I took UNG with this higher low V2 at the end of April at 10.52. Last month it went up a little bit, but this month is a monster, up 21.48% just this month alone. And as far as the trade here on this monthly trade, for me and Tracy and Paxton, it's up 17.68%. Not too shabby, huh? Not too shabby. You know I like to trade on different time frames: weeklies, monthlies, dailies, 5 minutes. Speaking of 5 minutes, let's go take a look at some intraday trades, shall we? All right. I was kind of watching Southwest Airlines as far as a swing trade, but that got me interested in taking a trade here. We had a higher low V2 false breakout to the downside, got in at 53.10. One bar later, had a big up move, sold at 53.21. Had another big up move, sold at 53.29. Then we lost the 200-day and had a close below the previous day's low. So I got in at 53.10, got out at 53.17, got out at 53.21, and got out at 53.29. So that was a good one. And then Apple. Here we go. I had a higher low V1 bullish engulfing bar, bought at 136.80, moved up here, had this big up bar, sold half at 136.93. Next bar went up again. I sold another half of a half at 136.98. Then it got weak and came back to my entry point. But if I ever move 1.5 ATRs from my entry, if it ever comes back to my entry, I get out for break even. So the profitable part of this was 136.80 to 136.93 to 136.98. And then that last third was break even because it moved 1.5 ATRs from entry. So hope that makes sense. All right, now let's go over to the board, take a look and see what's going on. Steve Burns, Tracy Paxton, Miko did buy DDM, which is double leverage Dow, yesterday with a 1030 EMA crossover. They bought it at 71.26. It's 72.01. It's up 1.1% today, and it looks like it's up about 1.1% on the trade. Sony. Steve Burns did buy Sony yesterday with a 520 EMA crossover, bought it here at 99.86. Down 2.78% today, so this one is down on the day, and this one is down on the trade. RBLX, Tracy and Paxton bought RBLX, looks like with the 520 crossover at 92.90. It's down 2.22% today, so it is down on the day, and it is down on the trade. CSIQ, Kamal bought CSIQ, 520 crossover in the value zone, 40.34, moved up beautifully. Today down a little bit, down 4.92%, but still this particular trade up over 10% for Kamal. UPST, let's see, this is Kamal, right? Kamal and Tracy and Paxton, yes. Okay. I can't remember who bought where and what, but bought at 124.80. It's currently 131.97. It's up 7.36% today on the trade. So congratulations, Kamal. Congratulations, Tracy and Paxton. Skyworks, Tracy and Paxton. Beautiful trade back here. 520 crossover at 171.04. It's 191.70. It's up 0.39% today. And this particular trade up 10.87%. Way to go, Tracy. Way to go, Paxton. So proud of you two. HCA. We have Frank that bought HCA at 207.70. It's currently 206. It's up 0.06% today, but it is down on the trade. Yeti. Tracy and Paxton bought Yeti at 92.20. It's 92.07. It is down on the day, and this is slightly down on the trade. Alibaba, here we go. Kamal, Jonathan did buy Alibaba here at 213.87. It's 226.19. It is down 1.41%, but this particular trade is up 5.19%, looks like, on the trade. Gary also sold put spreads, the 200 195 expiring July 16th, so it needs to stay above 200 by July 16th. It's 226, so $26 of protection. That looks pretty good. I'd feel pretty good about that if I were Gary. Let's see, David, where's our trade, David? David, I think this is correct. I'm not sure, because I have this, I have this trade. I think it was right here. I think David bought at 146, about 127 with the 520 crossover, if I'm correct. And it's 154.40. So sorry, this one's confusing because I have this one as well, but down on the day, but David is definitely up on the trade with the 520 crossover. Yeah, it happened right here. I'll put a little line there. All right, come on, buddy. Let's see. We'll do this like that. Yes. Okay. Chewy. Steve Burns did buy Chewy with the 1050 EMA crossover. Bought that at 80.85. It's currently 80.49. So it is down on the day and it is slightly down on the trade. SCCO. Steve had a nice under 30 over 30 trade. Excuse me. At 61.52, it's 64.41, so down a little on the day, but up nicely on the trade for Steve. Boot, big day for Boot. Frank bought Boot all the way back here at 78.60. It's 81.91. It's up 2.72% on the day, and on the trade, this is up 6.35%. So way to go, Frank. Etsy has been a monster trade for Jonathan. Very proud of you, Jonathan. Jonathan took this 520 crossover and a V1. I like the confluence of signals. Bought it at 170.80. It's 206.14. It's up 1.78% just today, mind you, and up 17.16%. Way to go. True. Gary bought True with this return to value sideways motion. I like this trade at $5.34. It's 5.66. It's unchanged on the day, but and Gary sold half yesterday. Currently, it's up 5.83%. DDM, we already looked at that one. That's a double. DKNG, David, Gary, Kamal, Tracy, and Paxton did buy DKNG with the rejection of the 200-day moving average and close back over at 50.10. It's 52.32. It's up 0.56% today and up 4.2% on the trade. Very nice, everybody. Very nice, David, Gary, Kamal, and Tracy and Paxton. JD, really great trade here by Tracy and Paxton with this 520 crossover. Bought it at $74.90. It is currently $80.15. It's up 0.5% today, and it is up 6.76% on the trade. That is amazing. TER, I think this is also Tracy and Paxton, 130.60. It's 133.93, down a little on the day, but up on the trade. ARC is David. David bought this close over 200 at 118.40. It's currently 131.03. It's up about 0.1%. And this particular trade up 9.8%. And last but not least, Boeing. And that's right, nobody's in Boeing. I mean, I am, but I'm in it on the weekly, so we'll cover that at the end of the week. Okay. Goldman Sachs, come on now. Oh, should be right at my profit target. Very, very close, about 22 cents away. All right. Kamal says he's in Airbnb. He'll update you. Great. Thank you. Vinny says doing great. Doing great. Nice to be here. Nice to have you, Vinny. Steve Burns is here. Hey, Steve. Good to see you, bud. Always appreciate you being here. Always appreciate all your input and all your wisdom and everything you do for the channel. And hope you and Holly and everyone are having a good day. Vinny says, have a look at CMI. I entered it when it bounced to the 250. Yep, I have CMI on my list, Vinny, to look at. So I will be going through that in a little bit. Frank is here. Nice to see you, Frank. As always, thank you for everything that you do for this channel, Frank, with your wonderful poems and your great input. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a good day. Johnson says, hello, Greg and all. Nice to see you, Johnson. Steve says, Spot has a 70 RSI 200-day moving average resistance convergence. Does anybody still have Spot? No, I think we got out of Spot yesterday, but let's take a look at that. Yes, well, this is what Steve's talking about. That, you know, we look for those kind of convergences when we're looking to buy, maybe like a bounce at the 200-day moving average and a under 30 over 30. This is the exact opposite. You're rejecting the 200-day moving average, although it's above 70, so it's a mixed message, right? If it had rejected the 200-day moving average and rejected the 70, might offer a good risk to reward ratio for shorting. But you are right, Steve. A lot of convergences, a lot of moving averages right there. Michael says a lot of good trades for Tracy and Paxton. I agree. Steve says UDOW now has a 1030 EMA crossover. UDOW is that triple? That's triple leveraged, I believe, right? I never trade that, but Steve just mentioned that it does have a 1030-day EMA crossover. Tracy says, thanks, Leva. Frank has a poem for us, so let's take a look. You know it's going to be good because it's from Frank. Everything from Frank is good. So I can give you that assurance without even reading it that it's going to be good. Okay. So what if you're not the world's greatest trader? We all find our grooves. So what if you're not the world's greatest trader? We all find our groove sooner or later. Some things we excel and others we crater. Just avoid tips unless you're a waiter. Oh, come on. Come on, that's so good. Wow, and so true. So what if you're not the world's greatest trader? We all find our groove sooner or later. Some things we excel at and others we crater. Just avoid tips unless you're a waiter. Oh, come on now. How can it get any better than that? Sam says, very nice, Frank. We all find our groove sooner or later. I was talking about grooves earlier today, as a matter of fact. Wow. Paxton says, or a poker dealer. That's true. That is true. How good is that, everybody? Oh my gosh. Wow. That is really, really, really good stuff. Vincent, so true, Frank. Man. Hey, you don't get those kind of poems on Joe Rogan, right? Huh? I don't see poems like that on the Joe Rogan podcast. You got to come here for those. So freaking good. So freaking good. I can hardly stand it. All right. What should we do? Well, I'm going to sit here for a second and decide. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. All right. So listen, before we start looking at our end of day trades, before we start looking at the setups, looking for the confluence of signals, looking for the risk to reward, making sure we have a full trading plan in place. Before we do any of that, let's spend a few minutes and let's talk about the most important skill in trading. The most important skill that you can develop in trading, not your entries, not your exits, not your technical analysis. It's important. I'm not taking anything away from that, but it is your discipline. It is the psychology of trading. Trading is psychology. Psychology is trading. And this is from Harneet Singh Karbanda. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but I know it's Harneet. And this is a great channel. This is a great channel on Twitter. He's at Trader Harneet. Or TraderHarneet. I hope I'm pronouncing that. But listen, this is very short, very sweet, but very poignant and very accurate. If the greatest skill that you have is sticking to your plan, it's not really you against the market, right? It's you against you. And this is exactly what Harneet says. It's not you versus the market. It's you versus you. You are going to be your greatest ally or you are going to be your greatest enemy. It really comes down to that. It's not you against the market. It seems like that on the surface, right? But it's really not. It's you fighting your battles of emotions with yourself. And who's going to win? Is the winning trader side of you going to win, or is the gambly, chasey, reckless side of you going to win? it's going to be who is ever stronger. And you know that old analogy about, which wolf you feed, like love or anger, or I can't remember exactly how that analogy goes, but the one that's going to survive is the one you feed. The one that's going to die off is the one you starve. So, in trading, it's the same. Let's starve off that gambly, chasey, impulsive trader that gets in your head and goes, you should probably do this, and that's probably enough, or I think it'll come back. You all know what I'm talking about. It's you versus you. It's angel versus devil. Really, you have to feed the angel. Do what the angel says. It will work out better for you. So, I'm saying a lot of words here about this, but you get it, right? It's not you versus the market. The market has no control over you. It doesn't have anything. It doesn't make you press buttons. It doesn't, make you throw baseballs through windows. Not that I've done that. I actually haven't, but you know what I'm saying. It's not you versus the market. It's you versus you. And let's focus on the side of you and make the good trading side stronger so that you can overcome, and we can starve out that gambly side. So thank you, Harneet. I appreciate that. A lot of very few words, but a lot of wisdom is in those words. Okay. Ava says OLO V2 on the recent high growth IPO. I think we looked at this one yesterday, didn't we? Oh, 2 days ago. Yeah, that's right. Kamal, this is what I was talking about taking the current bar, moving it into the other one because it's an inside bar. That would make a nice V2, but Kerry Lavorne would not agree. He would not call this a V. You'd call it a V3, but it's not. But interesting. I like that it went under 30, over 30. I like that it moved over all the moving averages. Ava, there's a V1 on the weekly. Looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Really does. Up 10.31% today. Lilia, how you doing? Good to see you. How's your trip going so far? You having a good time over there? Thank you for spending the time to come visit us, and hope your trading is going well. Ava wants to look at AN. Auto Nation. Okay, so we looked at this one earlier. Ava was asking me if it's a V1. It is a higher low V1 technically, but today it did not wash out yesterday's low enough for me to get interested in this, but it still is a bullish engulfing bar. We have not crossed over the 50 RSI yet. MACD is positive. Let's take a look at the weekly. We're still inside that big old down bar that came with a lot of volume. It's above the 50. This guy scares me, to be honest with you. I mean, it could go up. What do I know, right? I'm just trying to give you my best estimate there. But me personally, I don't think I would take that, but it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. All right, so we have about 25 minutes. Give me 1 second. Let me check my notes on something. All right, there are my notes. Okay. $29.58. What is that? Oh, come on, Greg, do simple math. Yay, Greg did some simple math. All right. That takes care of that. Okie dokie, Smokey. David says, not sure if you looked at BA already. I looked at it. I didn't see anybody having BA. I mean, I have BA, but it's on the monthly chart. Do you have BA on a daily trade, Dave? If I look at this right here, we had the big down bar yesterday. If I'm looking at it just on a daily time frame, we had the big down bar. Now we're kind of stuck at halfway. I do have this trade, but it's on a monthly trade along with Tracy and Paxton. So I don't see your name in here, but the monthly trade that I took with the 520 crossover is slightly down, but nothing I have to do. I do have earnings coming up on the 27th of July, so I will exit that trade regardless, but not sure if you have Boeing or if I didn't update the chart correctly. You can let me know. Lily says, trip is going well. Thank you. Celebrating my birthday today. Hey, happy birthday, Lilia. Very, very, very nice for you to let us know it was your birthday so we could all wish Lily a happy birthday. And I hope you're going out to dinner or doing something fun for your birthday with your friends. Ava says, happy birthday, Lilia. Gary says, happy birthday, Lilia. I 100% agree. Really great. Really good stuff. Apple making a high on the day, everyone. Frank says, happy birthday, Lilia, and many more. I agree. DDM making a high on the day, which is fantastic. VIX just had a monster run up, though. Did you see this, everybody? I mean, not monster. I guess that was a little strong, but good example of sideways motion leading to a trend, and that's exactly what happened. Steve says, the paperback version of my new book, Technical Analysis, is live, and I message you the link on Twitter. Oh. I don't have the link, Steve. But this is the book right here, right? I was going to show this anyway. That's interesting. The Ultimate Guide to Technical Analysis. This is here on Amazon. I'm going to copy the link, paste it here. This is Steve's new book available. Okay, I got too many messages going on. It won't let me post the link, Steve, because it's too long. Shoot. Steve, I didn't get the post. Oh, wait. Yes. Oh. I think it's going to be, is this a shorter link? Let's see. Oh boy, here we go. Lots of fun. Here we go. There we go. There's the link, everybody. There's the link to Steve's new book, The Ultimate Guide to Technical Analysis, $15.99 on Amazon. It's worth $15.99, everybody. It'd be worth $1,599, let alone $15.99. So I put the link there. If you could go to Amazon. I will definitely do the same, and I will buy that book. Let's see. Dave says, I have the book. Really enjoyed it. Congrats, Steve. Great. Good. Chris says, just use bit.ly to shorten the link. Yeah. Yep. Well, luckily, thank you for that, Chris. And nice to have you here. I just got the other link from Steve, which was shorter. So fortunately, you can see up there that I was able to do it. Steve says, the Kindle version is not live because Amazon is asking for me to prove it. It is my material and I own the copyright. This is new issue. Okay. All right, we have about 19 minutes. All right. Let's take a look at potential end of days here. Here's Walmart. We have a close under, close back over the 200-day moving average. This would be a valid signal. Has a 520 crossover as well. Pretty good risk to reward ratio with the 200 below. I'm not interested in this because of the thorough rejection of the second ATR channel. Lova, I almost said Lova. Southwest Airlines. I was looking for an under 30, over 30, not quite there yet, so that one is not available. Airbnb, interesting. 520 close under, close back over. V1 bullish engulfing bar, under 50, over 50, under the 50 RSI, over the 50 RSI. We did kind of tag the one ATR channel. We are back in resistance up here. We can look at the week. The week looks pretty good. Rejection of the 5 EMA and back in the value zone. This one seems a slight bit chasey to me, but you know, if you really want to get into Airbnb, I mean, this is a solid bar here with lots of technical things here. I just kind of have a feeling I'm going to be able to buy it back a little less expensively. So, you know, one option here is you could buy half and half, buy one half if you're interested in buying this here. If it comes back, holds the 50 RSI, holds halfway of this bar, you could add the other half here. But this is kind of a coin flip. It is a big bar on lots of volumes. There are a lot of good things going on here. Oh, shoot. All right, hold on 1 second. Sorry, I've been doing this every day, but it just seems to happen right about this time. Give me about 30 seconds. Okay, sorry about that. Thank you. All right, so that's my take on A, B, and B. It's a little chasey. It's still fine technically. I do like the weekly actually quite a lot. I like the weekly quite a lot. So my gut instinct on this one would, if it were me only, I'd probably buy half a position here, see if we got a bit of a pullback out of the second half. But this is very bullish long term. Silver. Under 200, over 200. This looks very good. It's a 41.92. The risk to reward has definitely diminished. We're right back at support or resistance here. I think I'll pass on that one, but it is making a high on the day. CMI looks really good, actually. We have a close under. Let me make sure that closed under. 239.59. No, was not a close under, but it was a test of the 200. Nice big up bar today. What I like most about this particular chart at the moment is the V1 that happened yesterday, which is bearish with an immediate reversal. Excuse me. MACD is positive. Pretty good. It's up 1.87%. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is battling with that negative 1 ATR channel right there. So it's okay. It's definitely okay. GDX is interesting. Under 30, over 30. V2, here's day 1, here's 2, here's 3. 2 washes out 1. 3 is currently above day 1's close. So you do have a confluence of an under 30, over 30, and a V2. On the downside, we have rejected the negative third ATR channel above as resistance. If we look at the weekly, kind of like the weekly because we bounced right here, the confluence of the negative 1 ATR channel and also the 100-day or 100-week moving average. So I do like GDX as well. Gold. under 30, over 30, rejecting the 5 EMA. Let's go back and look at GDX. GDX also rejected the 5 EMA. Of course, gold and GDX are going to go pretty close together. What do we have? 33.02. Gold has a 35.63. I like the risk to reward better on GDX. Jets. I was looking for an under 30, over 30, but we do not have it as of yet. SSRM looks pretty good too. Let's see, did we go under 30? Yes, we went under 30, back over 30. We have a V2. We're back over the negative third ATR channel. All in all, right now, this one most definitely, in my opinion, looks the best. Tilray, higher low V1, under 50, over 50, plus a V1. This one looks pretty decent as well. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's okay, holding over the moving averages. JetBlue, we're under 30 RSI. My gut instinct on this one is that JetBlue is going to come down and test that 200. It acts like a magnet. I could be totally wrong. But it does act like a magnet, so I could see this coming down, testing that, then closing back above. So I'm going to hold off on that. Plus, it's under 30 RSI. ALGT, we looked at that earlier for a deep dip buy, but it is closing underneath. So if I had to rank these in order, let's see, I like CMI, I like GDX, I like SSRM. Those are probably my favorite. Cummings is probably a little bit extended. GDX looks good. Now it looks like it's very likely, well, very close to being over the negative third ATR channel. So GDX and SSRM, I wouldn't buy both of them. They're both in the same industry. GDX, SSRM. All right, what do we have? We have about 10 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get out of Blink because it's closing below the 5 EMA. So I'm locking that trade in right there. That was a nice little trade. And my other one, XLU, well, it could hold the 200. I'm going to have to wait on that one. And then apps, getting out of apps as well with the close below the 5 EMA. So I have to watch XLU. It could potentially keep the end of day stop of the 200-day moving average. Just don't know. And so it comes down to either GDX or it comes down to SSRM. Let's look at the weekly. Again, weekly on GDX I like with the bounce of the -1 ATR channel in the 100. Under 30, over 30. The thing is, both of these are probably going to go in the same direction. But probably SSRM is better because it clearly has the -1 ATR channel, or the -3 ATR channel underneath it, and a V2, and an under 30, and an over 30. And let's look at the weekly there. Weekly's not as good though as GDX. So I think either of them are fine. Let's see, GDX up 110, 116. SSR mining is up 1.83%. It's a $15 stock though. That concerns me. I'm probably going to go with GDX. I'm probably going to go with GDX here. Chris says, love your analysis, by the way. Thank you. Follow every night from the UK. Thank you, Chris. Very kind of you. Kamal says 41 people watching. Nice. That is great. Dan says smash the like button. Thank you, Dan. As always, appreciate that. Frank has a fun fact for us. The 30th president, Calvin Coolidge, loved to press the emergency button on his desk and have the Secret Service rush in and hide from them. That totally sounds like something I would do. Anyone else feel that way? I would probably do that, even at my age. That is a fun fact, Frank. Vinny says, can you also have a look at FCEL, please? Yes. FCEL. Fuel cell. Well, we do have a rejection of the 250-day moving average here, Vinny. I do not know how this one back tests. I don't know if anyone has any time. I can just tell I'm not going to be able to back test this one. We did have support. There were buyers that came in at the 250, and it is holding. It's down today on somewhat of an up day. But it does give a good risk to reward ratio. We also washed out this previous low over here. So if you want to get technical about it, this is a false breakout to the downside and an intraday rejection of the 250 with a very good risk to reward ratio. So not too shabby. On the weekly, not as good. It rejected the 200-day moving average above, but it is holding the -1 ATR channel below. So a little, $8 stock is a little low for my preference. Lots of volume, however, but I personally wouldn't buy it. But last time, look, it did hold the 250 and bounce nicely from there. If you look back in time and the last time it held the moving average doesn't mean it has to work this time, but I think it's a good sign. I think it's a good sign for sure. David says, any concerns with GDX on the monthly chart? No, I like it on the monthly, actually. I mean, yeah, you see the V2. I know you see the V2. But also, we're back in the value zone. We bounced off the 20. We're holding the 50 RSI, and we're smack dab right back down in value. So I kind of like the monthly chart, to be honest with you. I like the weekly with the bounce off the -1. And I like the under 30 and the over 30 and the V2. So, yeah. So I'm most likely going to buy GDX. All right, so Steve says, or exit the following positions based on gap down. So Steve is exiting Chewy for a 0.75% loss. He's exiting Sony with a 2.52% loss. Okay, Steve, thanks for letting us know. So Steve is exiting Chewy and Sony today. Steve is long DIA, so just the straight Dow Jones Industrial at 345.03 based on the UPRO 1030 EMA crossover. All right, so Steve sees the 1030 EMA crossover signal on UPRO, and he's expressing the trade in the Dow Jones Industrial in the DIA. So he's going to take his cues from the UPRO 1030 EMA crossover, but he's trading the Dow as the proxy for that trade. Vinny says, thank you for looking into it, Greg. Hey, you're certainly welcome. You are certainly welcome. So I did get rid of Blink with the close below the 5 EMA. And I did get rid of apps with the close below the 5 EMA. XLU looks like it's holding on to that 200-day. Well, it's right at the 200. So I'm going to have to keep watching that one. All right, and I'm going to get ready to buy GDX here. Lilia, you were asking me about VIX the other day. So yesterday we had the up bar. You see how we're holding the halfway of that bar? We do have a double bottom and a bullish divergence on VIX as well. Tricky to trade VIX. It's a tough one. It's a squirrely one. It's a little slippery, that one. This could set up, we have a V1 to the downside. If tomorrow we actually move up, that will be very bullish for the VIX and probably not bullish for the market. Just something to consider. But that's total speculation on my point. This doesn't tell me anything. It could just rush down. But all I'm saying is with the V1 down today, that's why it's painting the green bar. If we go up tomorrow, take out the high. So we have a V1. So if you have a V1 to the downside that immediately gets reversed back up, that is actually a really good sign. That's similar to CMI, where with the V1 to the downside and the quick reversal. And it has a crossover too. I mean, pretty good. I don't know if the risk to reward's there. We are above the -1 ATR channel, so that was acting as resistance. Now it's probably looking like support, so that's all pretty good. What do we have? 3 minutes. We're below. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of XLU. While I have the chance. That trade started out so promising. Who knows? It might close over, but it is under right now. And I'm going to go ahead and buy GDX here as well. Okay. So I'm done. I'm done other than my overnight SPY trade. UPST says the resistance at 134 is massive. Yeah, here and here, right, Kamal? Yeah, got slapped down hard here and slapped down hard there. Excuse me, dang. All right, we have 1 minute to go, everybody. All right, 30 seconds. All right, that's the market. I think there we go. There's the ding. All right, so let's take a look at where I bought, wherever I bought. All right, so I bought SPY at 428.06 and I bought GDX at 33.99. So I did get rid of XLU. I bought SPY at 428.06. Okay, that's the overnight SPY trade. And then I bought GDX at and rude. All right. $33.99. All right, so that's it. I did get rid of Blink. And I did get rid of apps. So my positions are starting to get smaller, which is kind of what I want to do. So listen, if any of my students have any new entries today, if they'd like me to update on the board, if you could please go ahead, put them in the live stream now, and I will get to them in just a minute. Just want to remind everyone that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I think I'm good at it. I've taught many people across the world, and I've turned out some really great traders. I think the course that I teach is excellent. It's one-on-one. It's 15 hours. It's you and I. I teach you everything that I know about trading. I teach you all 5 of my trading approaches step by step, so you know how to use them. And out of those 5, you should definitely have one that you can use in whatever is happening with the particular market. The course does cost $1,750, so it definitely is an investment, but I think it's a worthwhile investment. It's worth every penny, and I know you'll be a better trader when you get done with the course. So if you are interested, first step would just be to send me an email, and in the email say, Greg, I'm interested in potentially taking your one-on-one course. I'll reply and say, great, be nice to meet you. Let's do a Skype call. The Skype call is for me to find out more about you and your trading and what your challenges have been, what your goals are, what you're trying to get out of the course. And then it's a great time for you to ask me any specific questions about the course that you have. And then when we're done with the call, think about it as long as you want. If the move grabs you one day and you're like, I really do want to be a better trader, well, you've already talked to me, so send me an email and we'll get the lessons set up. Secondly, I do have an online video available on udemy.com. I teach you how to trade the deep dip by stock trading course step by step. Doesn't matter if you're an advanced trader or a beginning trader. That course will teach you how to trade that methodology. It's one of my favorite ones. Gives you some of the best risk to reward ratios. It's only $12 on Udemy, $12 or $15 most of the time. It's worth the money, everyone. It's a great course. It's 9.5 hours. It's 26 videos. It's 15 study guides. It's serious. There's a lot to that course at a great price. So the link is in the description there of this video to udemy.com. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. It does help build the channel, helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content. So if there was something today that was helpful for you, or possibly in the past it was helpful for you that came from this channel, if you could hit the thumbs up button before you get out of here, that's all I ask, and it would be greatly appreciated. Okay, now let's start off. Okay, Chewy, I know Chewy is gone. Where did our Chewy go? All right, Chewy's gone. And what else was there, Steve? Sony. Anyone else in Sony? No. Okay, so Sony and Chewy are gone. Steve is long DIA. Whew. Steve is long DIA at 345.03. And I'm going to put the reminder there that this is based upon Steve trade based on the 1030 EMA cross on UPRO. Okay, we're good. Frank is out of HCA at the close. Stopwatch? Is it a stopwatch? No, it's not. Okay. Now, Frank also is in. All these things pop up. Half position for Frank. Okay. Okay. Oh, Gary, I didn't know you were in Chewy, but I got rid of Chewy anyway. Apps in GDX. Jonathan is at a blink. Okay. In SSRM. Okay, Jonathan. Gotta run. Cheers, guys. Okay. Have a good rest of your evening. Kamal is in A, B, and B. Oh, no. Oh. All right, everybody. You know what just happened? My charts did their thing. Gosh darn it. All right, I'm going to have to do this by hand. I apologize, everybody, but those charts are done for the day. Oh, man. All right, let me write this all down. That's such a bummer when that happens. Ugh. All right, Steve, Chewy, Sony, DIA, HCA. Gosh dang it. Ugh. All right. Apps. I'm going to have to do this after. Blink. SSRM. Kamal. A, B, and B. 150.37. And Kamal is in BA. Ugh. Vinny says, I'm long CMI. Sorry, I forgot to mention the other day. Okay. Paxton. Sorry, I'm just going to have to write these all down, everybody. Is out of blink. Oh, that makes me... Ugh. U and plus GDX. I hope I have these charts right for everybody tomorrow. I'm going to do my best. Sam says, have a great evening, everyone. Thanks again, Greg. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate that. Gary says, thanks, Greg. Have a great day. Thank you. Thanks, Greg, for all your mentors and all of our mentors. You are certainly welcome, Paxton. And I hope I have these charts created correctly and updated for you tomorrow. But when this freezes, I'm just screwed. I have to go back and do it all again. So and check out Steve's book, everybody. The link is up higher up in the chat with the from Gossett Trading and Mentoring. But that that's going to be a good book. All right, so DIA, and that's based upon UPRO. Okay, I think I have everything I need. I think. And then Vinny says I'm long CMI. So Vinny, I don't know if you know this, but I think maybe we talked about it. So just because of the amount of symbols and so forth up there, so I only really allow my students to put up on the board. But if you're with us tomorrow, just put it in the live stream and we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at that CMI. So I know you were talking about CMI earlier, which is the Cummings. So remind me tomorrow. I'm not going to put it up on the board. Well, I can't put it up there anyway now because that's frozen. Hope that's okay. David says, thanks, Greg and group. Thank you, David. Yeah, good day today. Like all in all, it was a really good day trading day. Decent day on the swing trades. Thanks to Goldman Sachs and CMG. And I added GDX today. Took off apps, took off Blink, took off XLU, and just keeping the good ones, right? All right, let's talk about this real quick. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. This is by Martin Kornfield. It's pretty self-explanatory, everyone. Can we just go out, do one random act of kindness today for one person and one animal? It's going to make both of them feel better. It's going to make you feel better. It's a win-win. So let's just get in the habit of doing it. It's not that hard, and I like to always end off the podcast with this saying. Vinny says, no problem, Greg. Okay. Thanks for understanding, Vinny. But please remind me tomorrow and we'll take a look at it. But I hope that goes up for you, my friend. Kamal says, thanks, traders. Have a great day. Thank you, Kamal. Appreciate that, bud. Okay. When my charts freeze up like that is super frustrating. All right. Well, listen. Thanks for coming today. Have a good rest of your day. Be good, be safe, do something nice for an animal, do something nice for a human. Hit the thumbs up button if you could. Vinny says, have a great rest of your day as well. Lilia says, thank you, Greg, and everyone have a great night. And happy birthday to you, Lilia. Really, happy birthday to you. Ava says, thanks, everyone. Looking forward to our lesson tonight. Me as well, Ava. That's going to be really great. So I will speak to you in about 5 hours, right? Something like that. So I think that's it. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Take care, all right? And hope to see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.